Oh. Oh, I caught a bad whiff of that. Oh my gosh. What up, miniature horses? What's going on, people? Yesterday I got off work and I was wanting to ride. It had rained a little earlier in that day, I think, and I knew it was supposed to storm later on, but I figured I could scoot by a couple hours of riding. And I did end up riding, but I got soaked. Definitely the worst rain I've been in since I've started riding, period. I mean, it was horrible yesterday. I couldn't even wear my boots today to ride because they were still soaked with water. The boots that I own, and I usually ride in my work boots, but the boots that I have are supposedly, whatever this means, waterproof plus, whatever that means. I don't know how something is waterproof plus. Anyways, I was forced to go dig in the closet. I thought I would be able to find an old pair of work boots, but I couldn't find an old pair of work boots or any kind of, I didn't want to wear regular tennis shoes. I have a couple pair of those, but I want to actually wear boots. You know, so I'm riding legitimate to the bone Harley-Davidson boots right now that I found in my lady's shoebox. I'm pretty sure they're girl boots, especially after putting them on and walking in them. It feels like it forces my toe to be out, more like I have to walk more like pointed toe. I've never worn a girl shoe before. I'm almost convinced these are. I think they got to be. I mean, look at them, man. I don't know if you can see them. Pretty sure they're girl boots. And on top of that, they were calling for rain today. I was up early this morning, getting it on the weekend. I was up early this morning. It's supposed to rain today. And when I looked yesterday afternoon, because I wanted to see if I'd be able to ride today. When I looked yesterday afternoon, it was saying that it was going to be, well, not that it was going to be, but it was definitely supposed to rain today. And the rain was supposed to start about 12 a.m. with a 30% chance, and every hour on the hour after that, it went up another percentage from like 50 to 60. I think I even seen 70 on there at one point. But as you can see, the sky kind of speaks for itself. Where's the rain? There is none. If I chose not to ride because I thought it might rain one day, I wouldn't ride the whole season. This has been the first couple of sunny weeks that we've had, and they've actually called for rain like 3 times this week. But this is, I think the last 3 weeks have been pretty sunny. We've had some sunny days, but it's been like more rainy than sunny here in Carolina. Or either they was always calling for like scattered thunderstorms. So I was actually going by that, but now I just go by the sky. Like if I go outside and it's this pretty outside, I'm gonna ride. It is a little humid today though, I will admit that. I'm hot. Man, I'm kind of loving this back road country riding type of deal right here, man. It's pretty out here. I got the 4th of July coming up, and actually, to be quite honest with you, by the time you watch this video, the 4th of July will probably have already passed. But I have absolutely no plans for the day. I'm trying to find a ride, like a 4th of July type of ride. I've been a little nervous to ride in groups. Ever since that wreck happened last year, I've been kind of sketched out riding in groups. I mainly ride on my own anyways. I did my first group ride at the Thunder Tower Hog meeting last month, and that was my first time being back in a group, and I kind of stole the last spot just because I was kind of nervous. I didn't want anybody around me. The ride went smooth and everything, and I was also riding with some people that have been doing it for a long time. I'm the new guy, you know, I'm the young guy that they're probably all concerned about, like, does he know what he's doing? Is he gonna wreck us? And that's understandable. You get that anytime you're riding in a group with new people, you always get that feeling. That's why I kind of think these gigantic group rides are a little insane. Not that I wouldn't do it. I mean, I love insanity. I think you got to be a little insane to do this too, to ride on a motorcycle all the time anyways. Wings and things. That's my favorite thing to get from Zaxby's. And they got a whole restaurant named that. That sounds like my type of place. I might have to stop there one day. I haven't been able to think of a name for the Harley. I don't want to give it a typical name. Somebody suggested naming it Black Betty. That's kind of like a typical Harley name for a Harley, you know, for a black bike. It's Black Betty. Harlene's not acceptable. I actually thought of naming her Macy, and that's just because for some reason I like the name Macy. I don't think I've ever personally been like friends with somebody named Macy, but I think it's a pretty name. And I was just thinking I got to give her a girl name. I'm not gonna name her the freaking Hulk. I was thinking about doing something that kind of represents the sound of the bike, because I think that's the most distinguishing part, or that's what stands out the most on this Harley is the exhaust. I mean, it's a good sounding bike. Of course, you know the Sportster model on the Harley-Davidson lineup is their best power to weight ratio bike that they make, besides the V-rods and night rods. I don't think they're gonna, I haven't looked into it anymore, but the last I heard was that they were going to completely stop production. I was hearing, I can't remember where I was hearing that at, man, but I was hearing that they was going to stop production. I don't know if that's changed or not. I mentioned that to the guy at the dealership when I originally talked to him, and he acted like he didn't, you know what I was talking about or hasn't heard anything on it. So but I've heard it a couple times. I've even heard as much as like this was the last year they were doing it, or 2016 was the last year that they were doing the V-rods. But I think they're releasing this year, but I'm not 100% positive on that. That rock though, nothing on that rock was legible. By the way, I'm completely lost right now. I've just been turning on roads. I haven't even looked at the names of the roads or tried to memorize them or anything like that. Like, I've got absolutely no idea where I'm at. Woo! Look at that Chevy, boy. Look at that Chevy, boy. Look at that Chevy, boy. All right, that concludes today's moto vlog. This is Young Wiz. It's been fun. I'll catch you next time on the next sporty vlog. Coming to you soon. I hope you had a good July the 4th. It's not quite July the 4th yet, but like and subscribe, or thumbs up and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Who's ready for some fireworks?